He smells an intruder. Who the hell is this guy? I don't want to die. Oh God, no.
Look, I'm an old guy, okay? I mean, after 30, you're basically a dinosaur. What do you mean, time before the internet? But, okay, that being said, for some reason, I really love and vividly remember playing little games called Shank and Shank 2. It was made by Klei Entertainment. Klei Entertainment games just had such a vibe to them, such a bold statement, even if they did not bring that much new things to the table. So, when I heard that they were making a ninja stealth game with a similar bold approach and, interesting ideas, I had to try it. Now, I've played this game before, and I remember it being one of the most amazing stealth experience, rivaled only by the legend Sam Fisher himself. But you know what they say. You remember these things through rose glasses. So, after 14 years, I wanted to make a video to see whether this game holds up.
Those powers will drag you into madness. That is why every champion vows to end his own life before he destroys himself.
But man, yeah, it holds up. It's actually amazing. I fell in love with it once again. So, this video is going to mostly be me gushing over how much I like Mark of the Ninja. So let's go.
I can see you.
You know, there's something magical when you hide in the shadows, lurking for your prey, while they have not even a clue that they are compromised. Or better yet, the fear once the enemy starts noticing that some of their guys are gone. Being that shadow in the dark is amazing. But that's not an easy feeling to portray through a video game. So, how does Mark of the Ninja do it? Well, you know what I noticed while replaying Far Cry games recently? They really push you to be stealthy. But there is basically no real stealth mechanics. First, there is no clear indication whether you're hiding in a bush or in darkness, so you can never be sure what's when. In the Mark of the Ninja, this is very simple. If you are hidden, your character becomes black and white. And if you're visible, you gain color.
Man down.
Since the maps are highly stylized and dark, you really notice when you're not hidden. Then on top of that, in Far Cry games and most of these pseudo-stealth games, you never know the line side of enemies. Like, how far do they see? Do some see further than others? Or is it all the same? Sure, you get the lenient time when you get spotted, but it doesn't allow for a real tactical positioning.
I know I heard something from over here.
In this game, every enemy line of sight is clearly displayed, and if you're silent, you can tip-top around enemies without ever getting seen. And it makes way more sense for a ninja than just a guy with a sniper rifle to be super stealth. Whatever, okay?
I should look around.
Another important part of any stealth game is to be more versatile in platforming than the enemy, or at least most of the enemies. Again, in Far Cry games, you're not really faster or having any platforming skills in the heat of the moment, so it's not surprise why the meta of any Far Cry game is just a powerful sniper rifle with a silencer, and that is it. Here, you are a slinky. Any vent, any wall can be used to traverse the map, and there are a bunch of different routes you can take. Whatever you want to go, like the quickest difficult route, or go around everyone slowly. And these maps are so well designed that you know immediately what you can do and what you can't.
Would you hurry up? This place is giving me the creeps. It still feels like we're being watched.
Good thing you were out cold. Looks like they don't know you're alive.
Another big part of a stealth game is what happens when you get spotted. Is it game over? Are you dead? Well, I think that in the best stealth games, you should always have a way out if you are good enough. Here, it's sort of the same situation. Now, for most parts, you can escape any encounter. But you can also just lay a beat down on those mother truckers. And if you're fast and lucky enough, you can beat up most enemies. But it will be difficult. So the risk of an error is high, but not game ending. So that's great. That's amazing. And while the normal experience of Mark of the Ninja is spectacular, I just told you why, the real core, the real ninja feeling lies in New Game Plus. You see, I really don't like when a New Game Plus or higher difficulty just means more enemies or those enemies having more HP. But in Mark of the Ninja, a New Game Plus transforms the game.
Did I hear something?
You no longer have a noise indicator. You can't see behind you or above you, and enemies actually, I don't know, they start acting smarter. They're more of a threat to you. Like, holy crap.
What are you doing? Were you gonna walk right up and say hi? Grapple into that tree and...
It requires way more understanding of the map and your abilities, utilizing them to be, well, the best assassin. It kind of makes for a more intimate, slower flow, and it is great.
I scouted up ahead. They're taking Ninja as hostages, and Master Azai is in trouble. We have to hurry.
What I also think is important in this type of game, I mean, one that is about ninjas, is not to lock the player in one style. Like, sure, stealthing around is fun, but in some places, you, well, want to drag your enemies into these shadows and slit their throat. Yeah, that feels good. Yeah. For that, Mark of the Ninja has a bunch of different outfits you can wear, aiding you in your preferred playstyle. You want to move like a ghost without anyone even knowing you're here? Grab the Path of Silence suit and get more distraction items as well as not triggering motion sensors. You want to terrify the living shit out of your enemies? Grab the Path of Nightmare, and your kills have a chance to terrorize other guards. Because, you effed up the victim's body so much, Jesus Christ. And also, these are not just a patch you add to your costume. These feel very different while still keeping the same vibe of the game. Talking about items, there is a nice variation that can fit a lot of different styles. Grab spike mines and noisemakers and lure tough enemies into their death with ease. Grab ravenous insects, and when there's a lot of enemies, throw one on them, watch every enemy run to check, what's happening, become terrified, and shoot each other. Ah, perfect. You can pick the items to fit whether you want to kill, distract, lead away, or stun enemies. And each of these gameplay changes actually feels different and unlocks new path throughout the map. But honestly, one of the best features in this game is just that you can terrify enemies. Like timing a perfect kill with the flashes of lightning, hanging the victim's body on a light pole, escaping, and then watching as lightning strikes, and the enemy sees their friend just butchered, hanging there, and they shit their pants. That's actually a really good feeling, and not a lot of video games can even replicate this. Lastly, the story and overall game presentation. Sure, it won't be for everyone, and the overall narrative can feel a bit bare. But I really liked it.
You. Don't you hear the bell? I'm here to help you. Rule number 1, don't get me killed.
There's sort of enough to understand the bigger picture, but also it leaves out enough so you can fill in the gaps and sort of fine-tune the story to your liking.
And our honor. I foresaw this day would come. And so, I called upon a champion to fight for us. He has accepted the first mark. He will defend the clan at a terrible cost.
Overall, it might be my favorite stealth game experience. Given the style, the movements, and the brutality of the game, it's something that is hard to find nowadays. I really recommend you play Mark of the Ninja. As for me, I'm going to go and play Splinter Cell games to see how they hold up. If that sounds something like you want to see, why not let me know in the comments? And subscribe while you're down there. Okay, thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.